Hello, Another Bird here. This video, I wanted to talk about this chain lock I got off eBay recently. This is kind of neat because you'll notice there's two cylinders on it. There's a couple versions of this being sold on eBay. One's a big old chain lock like this. One of them's for wheels on motorcycles or mopeds. I think it's a brake lock. They're being sold under like JC lock or two-cylinder lock. I'm not sure like an actual brand that manufactures it or a model number or anything like that. If you can read that, maybe that can tell you what the brand or model number is a little more precisely. But yeah, what's obviously I think really cool about it is these two cylinders you see when you check it out. And at first it looks like it's going to be a dual custody lock where you would have two separate keys to open it. But it's actually one key combined through some gearing. Lockpicking Lawyer did a video on this very recently, and I saw it and I thought this is really neat, and I was able to find this on eBay. So that's pretty cool, I think. If we look at the keys, one of the things we notice is that each key, the cutting on each side, on these two, the top and bottom here, is symmetrical. There's 4 cuts on top, 4 cuts on bottom, and then we have 4 cuts on the side here. Looking at it, I see 3 different depths. I don't know how many there actually are, but I can see 3 different depths. The key on the right and left side are not the same, so the key that works one direction will not, like when you flip it, this works for opening the lock this way, but when we rotate it, pull the key out, flip it over, it will not work this way. So the 2 keys are not identical, they are slightly different. The other important thing to note is that the bottom of the keys, the bottom pinning, is not used at all. That is just for show. So you really only have 8 pins on each side, 4 on top and 4 on the side, and the ones on the bottom are not used at all. As far as the lock itself, we have a bolt right there. It's not spring loaded, so you're probably not going to be able to shim it. You have to have the key in to insert this. Yeah, and let's get to picking it. I do like these keys a lot, though. I just think they're pretty neat. I haven't seen that anywhere else. A few different things you can use to tension this. It's a little awkward to tension on the left side, but the right side's pretty standard. You can use a 40 thousandths turner like this for the right side. I did experiment with some other stuff. I experimented with this leftover turning tool I had from before. I thought, oh, maybe this will work well. And it does give a lot more space in there, but it slides off really easy. And then I have to do stuff like stick another turning tool in there to keep it from bending as quick. And it's just super fragile, and it comes out real quick. So that was not super handy for me. I also took one of my leftover dual prong turning tools from the van lock, and I cut that down to size. I thought this was going to be super handy. But what I ended up doing is, because it comes up towards the top of the pins there, I found that when I was raking it, it was really easy for me to knock it out of the lock. So not a bad way necessarily. It might even be better for single pin picking. But for raking it, it wasn't a big advantage, I'll say that. So I'm not even going to use it. We'll stick with this 40 thousandths turner from Covert Instruments. I'll just get that in the bottom of the keyway. And then I'm going to use this wave rake from, I think this was from Tools Necessary 9 set. And it's raked open pretty easy most times. So hopefully it won't be camera shy for us. There we go. So there's the right side. That goes pretty quick. And then for the left side, I'm going to try to get it underneath this groove. So I can't tension it the exact same way, but I can get it under that groove, and I can get enough tension there to rake it. Some of these dual custody locks, I think, can be intimidating because there's 2 cylinders. But I think in almost all of them, you can usually pick one of them, and there's enough tolerance that it'll turn, and you can go start picking the other one and sort of ignore the other one. So it lets you sort of like save your progress halfway in a way. So like, would I rather have to pick a 2-cylinder lock with 8 pins each, or a 1-cylinder lock with 16 pins? I'd rather have 2 cylinders with 8 pins each. There might be exceptions to that, but I'm just saying that sometimes the dual custody kind of style lock mechanism can be more intimidating. than it really is. But of course, this one's... Oh, there we go. All right, so I was just about to say it was being camera shy. So you can see we can turn this, and as we start to turn it, it engages that right cylinder too. We can keep going, and voila, we got it open. You can keep going. It doesn't lock in place there or anything like that. So when you're done, you don't have to worry about those like locking up on you. You can just turn this back. There's the left one locked up, and keep going. There's the right one locked up. And that's all I got on it. Not sure if there's any other stuff to point out. This piece of plastic on mine wanted to pop out, so I ended up gluing it back down again. It got a little cracked. And I haven't taken these apart to look at them any closer on the gearing on the inside. And I'm not sure if I will, but you can see that there are some screws on the back there. So it looks like it would be possible. These parts are pinned, but this, where the gearing is, should be able to unscrew that and take it apart. All right, that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.